I'm going to make some chicken curry and can it. And I thought I'd share how I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get all the ingredients prepped here. That means cutting up the chicken into like 2-inch cubes, dicing the onions, dicing the tomatoes, peeling and dicing the potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and do all the vegetables and then the chicken, and I'll be back. Now that everything is cut up, there's a few different ways we can do this. Because this is by the pint, like I said, it's based on, like, you know, if you have chicken, because sometimes you'll have you'll buy a package of chicken and it's 3 pounds, sometimes it's 2 pounds, it's a pound per every 2 pints or quart, so that's how you figure that out. And then the rest of the ingredients are just broken down after that. Now you can just add them all up, like that's what I did. There's 5 amounts for each pint in each one of these. And you can just combine it all together, mix it up, and then put it in your jars. Or you can be someone who needs to have more of an equal amount in each jar, or know that there is. And then you can just measure out like a fourth of this, a fourth a cup of this, a fourth a cup of this. Actually, this is an eighth a cup, a fourth a cup of this, about 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 cups of this. Your seasonings, mix it together, and then put it in a jar, and then repeat the process. I know that you can just also put it in the jar the same way without mixing it and then adding the seasonings, but I know that it moves around in the jar and stuff, but I still would be worried there would be like pockets where like the spices and things would collect and like against like certain chicken and things and make it like too flavored after sitting for a while in a jar. I don't know. So if I was wanting to make sure there was an equal amount in each jar, I would rather measure out each one, mix it together, put it in the jar, and then repeat the process. That way, everything is incorporated really, really well in the jar when you put it together too. I'm not that particular about making sure that everything is exact in each jar, like there's almost the exact same amount of onions and all that. I'm going to mix it together really well and just hope that that works, because I don't want to have to mix it together and measure it out again over and over and over again. It's already measured. I can just mix it all together and then just measure out the spices. So I'm just going to dump everything here in this bowl. Okay, I have them all mixed together here, and I can go ahead and do the seasoning. I have just the stuff prepared. I just have 4 cups to start with. I don't even know if I'll need that much, but at least it's there in case I need it. This is just vinegar to wipe my rims and put in the canner to keep it from having hard water stains. So first we're going to add salt, and this is iodized salt, but it's going to be in a jar with all kinds of other things, so it's not going to be like a clear fluid like a pickle. So I'm not going to waste my pickling salt on that, because it's not going to look any different, I don't think, either way. So this is fine. It's 1/2 teaspoon for each pint. I'm doing 5 pints, so I'll just do 5 of these, or I guess, yeah, I'll just do that just because it's easier to show. Next I'm going to add the dried parsley. Like I said, you could use 3 tablespoons of fresh cilantro or 3 tablespoons of fresh parsley, but since it's dried, you just want 1 teaspoon. Since I want 5 teaspoons, I'm going to add a tablespoon, which is 3, and 2 more of these. Into the parsley, I'm going to add, it says 1/4 teaspoon per jar of curry powder. So I'm just going to add a teaspoon and a fourth here of it. And it's the same for the garam masala, just a 1/4 teaspoon per pint. Since I'm doing 5 pints, I'll do a whole teaspoon and a quarter more. Last part is 5 tablespoons of tomato paste. 1 tablespoon per each pint. All the ingredients in here, and I'm just going to just mix them together really well. Once I get these all mixed together, I'll be right back. Okay, this is how it looks. So I'm just going to start filling up my jars by just putting it in there, and I'll be right back when all the jars are filled up. Yeah, each one looks. Now I'm just going to take the broth here and Make sure I fill it up to 1 inch. Okay. Doesn't need very much. But I have to just keep adding little bits at a time as I poke it down in there and get rid of all the air bubbles. I hope I didn't add too much. Might have added just a little too much. So I'm going to take some out and add it to this jar next to it here. I'm going to go ahead and fill up the rest of the jars here with the broth. And they're in the canner. And go ahead and put the lid on and turn it on here until steam's coming out of here and it pops up, and then I can count down for 10 minutes to make sure it's properly vented. Okay, it's starting to steam here, and this has popped up, so I'm going to just set the timer for 10 minutes to let all the excess air pockets and everything get out of there. Okay, it's been 10 minutes now. I just got to put the weight on and then wait for it to come up to pressure based on my elevation, and then I'll start counting down 75 minutes because it's pints. If you're doing quarts, it's 90 minutes. I need it, so I'm going to go ahead and count down for 75 minutes. Okay, it's finished counting down from 75 minutes, so now I turned off the heat and I just have to wait until the pressure comes all the way down and this drops, and then I can take the weight off, and then I'll wait another 10 minutes and then I'll remove the lid. Pressure is all the way down and this is dropped, so I'm going to go ahead and take the weight off and wait for 10 minutes. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. I'm going to slowly take the lid off here. Okay. And since these are Tattler lids, I have to take them out and tighten them down. Might be tightening them all off. Remember that one there that I tightened pretty tight. Might be tightening too tight, I mean. It's really something that you have to mess with until you learn to do, I guess. Just when I'm doing this, and I figure if any of these don't seal tomorrow, I'll be having chicken curry for dinner. Maybe for a few days. I could always freeze it too, I guess. I wouldn't try to process it again. Okay. I guess now I just have to wait until tomorrow to see if they're sealed. Okay, it's the next day. I'm worried these won't seal because I've never used them before. And then I was reading that I have the Easy Seal, the newer ones, and they're supposed to work more like the conventional metal lids. I don't think you're supposed to really tighten them down that much afterward. So I might have been doing them wrong from the beginning anyway. So we'll see. Well, this one's sealed. I'm worried these three didn't seal because these ones were bubbling when I took them out. These ones weren't really. And I've noticed that with the regular lids, that seems to mean they didn't seal right when there was no... I don't know. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. Well, that's sealed. I'm worried about these ones though, for real. Oh, wow, that's sealed. This one maybe not. Oh, no it did. Oh, okay, so they all did seal. I guess I must have figured it out. I guess maybe I was just worried for nothing. Okay, well, continue to keep doing it like that then, because all of these sealed. That makes me think when I was canning salsa and that one didn't seal, it was possibly because there was just something on the jar or whatever that I just didn't notice. Okay, that makes me a lot happier because I was really worried about the initial investment of these because they are expensive. But now that I'm figuring out how to use them and I know that I can reuse these over and over again, I'll be able to have lids that last. And now I'll also be able to have delicious chicken curry in a jar that I can just pop up and put over some rice or something. All nice and sealed. That makes me pretty happy.